Welcome back, everybody, to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21 for the PlayStation 5. Today, we're going to be doing 2 more weeks here in Season 5, as in Week 4, we'll be hosting the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football. In Week 5, we play the Texans on Thursday night. So, of course, we are going to be doing this 2-game per episode format until Madden 22. The response seemed pretty positive about doing 2 games going forward, so it's definitely going to be something that we're going to do. In the 2 games we played last episode, they could really not have been more different. In Week 2, we squeaked by the Titans in overtime, 26-23. And then in Week 3, we absolutely throttled the Miami Dolphins, 51-10. 261 rushing yards, 140 of which came from Isaiah Sparks, who also had 3 touchdowns in what has easily been his best career game. So going into the week, Casey Shock is frustrated, which is certainly interesting. Shock, of course, led the NFL in receiving yards last season, and when DJ Chark got hurt Week 1, I really thought he was again going to step up and be a number 1 guy, and although he hasn't been bad the past couple of weeks, he also has not looked like a number 1 receiver, so I do get why he's frustrated. He's not gotten as many touches so far this year as he did last year, and hopefully here in Week 4 against the Lions, he can get some things figured out, because if we can have him on his A game, that would be pretty nice for the offense. Only 4 more weeks without DJ Chark and Koko Nwosu, and then eventually they will be back, although Marsucio Walteron has played well at quarterback, and of course the receivers, for the most part, have been fine. So let's look at our opponent. The Detroit Lions surprisingly made the playoffs last year, but this year, they're not looking too hot, currently 0-3. They have a very similar roster to what they have currently in real life, but of course, let's talk about the quarterback position. Second-year pro Jaden Gorman-Young out of Georgia is an extraordinary talent. For me, he's pretty much the next Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson type, that mobile quarterback who has all the athletic gifts. But Jaden Gorman-Young is also 6'6", so he has the athleticism of Lamar Jackson, but he's built like Josh Allen, which is pretty incredible. He has not been great so far this year, nor has the rest of this Lions team, but they're going to be hungry today. This is a well-rounded roster. They don't really have a ton of star power, with their highest-rated player being an 89 overall in Frank Ragnow, but this is a pretty talented team, and it does suck that they haven't cleaned house. Matt Patricia is unfortunately still the head coach, but they do still have some good players, and obviously they have a super talented quarterback. So let's get this one underway. Sunday night action. Detroit going to start this one on offense, as on the first play from scrimmage. Look at Jaden Gorman-Young breaking the sack from Stokely, and there he goes down the field past the 50. This guy is super fast, super athletic, a gain of 30. For Jaden Gorman-Young, he is an extraordinary talent with his legs. He only has like 100 career rushing yards, but that's because this game does not scramble with quarterbacks in Sim, because Madden Sim is pretty flawed. Gorman-Young fumbles it there. A nice sack for Bleat Friarwood, the 3rd-year pro out of Manitoba, Canada. It's clear that Jaden Gorman-Young wants to make plays with his legs early. It worked the first time, but now it's really not looking as good. Gorman-Young, again under pressure, and he is sacked this time by David Harris. And the Lions offense really would not get anything going on that drive. So here is the Jags offense, of course led by quarterback Marsucio Walteron, is on 3rd and 2. It's a handoff for Isaiah Sparks, who runs past Jelani Tavai, stiff arms Tracy Walker, and is brought down at the 48-yard line. A nice gain for Sparks, who's gotten off to a great start in his NFL career. And of course last week against the Dolphins, he was extraordinary. 3rd and 5, back to Sparks, inside the 10, wrapped up at the 7-yard line by Jeff Okuda. And here comes the Jaguars. They are marching on the doorstep as they try to strike first. 2nd and goal at the 5, Marsucio, short pass for R.J. Ewell for the touchdown, and Ewell's going to do some Fortnite dances, even though that game hasn't been relevant for a good, 3 years. So a nice play by Ewell, and the Jaguars now lead 7-0. Lions have the ball back, 2nd and 2. Gorman-Young with a short throw to his tight end, T.J. Hawkinson, who gets to the 21-yard line. Gorman-Young looking pretty good so far. He's thrown the ball fairly well, and of course, he's had that nice run as well. To start the second quarter, Lions are very close to the red zone as Gorman-Young again going to look to throw it under more pressure, and he is sacked by Kayvon Chaisson. But, unfortunately, Josh Allen is injured, and that is not good news because Josh Allen's been very good so far this year. He already has 4 sacks. He would be diagnosed with a bruised sternum and would not return to the game, but it does not seem like an injury that will keep him out multiple weeks, which is a massive sigh of relief for Jaguar fans. 3rd and 12 now. Gorman Young connects with Anthony Woodard, the former Heisman Trophy winner, who gets the touchdown. Bad coverage on that play by Rashawn Babineau, and the Lions tie it up at 7. The dynamic duo in the backfield of Anthony Woodard and Kerryon Johnson is one of the most talented duos in the NFL. I don't know if it's quite as good as Isaiah Sparks and R.J. Ewell, but you get the point. There's Mac Terry, the former Westlake Hornet, with the sack, celebrating over his former college teammate. I don't think Marsuccio is very appreciative of Mac Terry trying to showboat after the sack. So the Lions will get it back, 2nd and 7. Again, it's T.J. Hawkinson to the 45-yard line. Gorman Young is 7 of 8. He has been very accurate up to this point, and the Jaguars' defense has not looked great other than that first drive. 3rd and 5, back to Hawkinson, wrapped up at the 26 by Josh Jordan Jr. and Isaiah Clemmings. But here comes the Lions. It appears their offense is really figuring some things out. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Detroit going to try to take the lead. When in doubt, keep calm and carry on. Touchdown, Kerryon Johnson. And the Lions will now make it 14-7. So not a great second quarter up to this point for Jacksonville. They're going to try to get back on track as R.J. Ewell gets the handoff. Ewell has running room, jukes past the safety, and gets it to the 45-yard line. It's no secret that RJ's role is going to be smaller this year with the addition of Isaiah Sparks, but RJ Ewell is still a very important piece to this offense, and he is still a really key player. There's a nice run by Marsuccio Walteron. He gets 19, trailed out of bounds by Mac Terry, and the Jaguars are getting close to the end zone here with about a minute and a half left in the first half, but then Marsuccio completely lobs it into double coverage, and it's intercepted by Jeff Okudah. I don't know what Marsuccio was really trying to do there. He kind of lobbed it up for Casey Shock, and that was bad. That was very bad. So the Lions are going to get it back with a minute 20. That should be enough time to maybe make it a 2-score game before halftime, as there's a short throw caught in the hands of Tammy Abraham, who brings it to the 44-yard line. Gorman Young still has only thrown 1 incompletion today. His efficiency has been really impressive. 2nd and 4. It's a short pass here, and the Lions are going to bring it inside the 25-yard line. And this offense just keeps on churning. Down to 12 seconds and no timeouts. The Lions are in a sticky situation clockwise, as Gorman Young will connect with Tammy Abraham for the touchdown. 21 unanswered points for Detroit, and the Lions are up by 14 points as we go into the halftime break. Considering Jacksonville is undefeated and Detroit is winless, I imagine this is definitely not what the Jaguars expected. The passing attack really has not gotten anything going. Marsuccio Walteron does not look good today, and we'll see if he can pick things up in the second half. 3rd and 5. Walteron under a lot of pressure. The screen is successful for R.J. Ewell, and he only gets 4. A great tackle by Mac Terry, so that'll lead to a 4th and 1. And Jacksonville is going to go for it. They're already feeling desperate. Sparks with the handoff. He gets the first down. Says, "Get off me, young man." Look at him go. 55 yards. Off to the races. Touchdown, Jaguars. What a play by Isaiah Sparks. Jacksonville just tried to run it up the middle, but Sparks shrugged the defensive lineman off of him and said, "Shoot, I'm going to take it the distance." So a massive momentum shifter here early in the third quarter. The Lions do still have the lead, and they have the ball. And Jaden Gorman Young still has some quick legs as he gets another nice run to the 46-yard line. Miles Jack chasing him out of bounds. But a really nice run by Jaden Gorman Young, who continues to be phenomenal for the Lions today. First down now, Gorman Young looking to throw it, going to scramble again, and he does not get out of the pocket as Rashawn Babineau comes in for the sack. Babineau's had a few bad plays in coverage, but he does get a nice play there. Jacksonville with 4 sacks today. It's very clear that the pass rush is not the reason why the defense is struggling. 3rd and 13. JGY with a strike for Kenny Golladay, who gets the first down. Zaire Wiggins has been locking up Kenny Golladay all day. Wiggins is normally flawless, and he's been flawless today. That was probably his first bad play of the game. So a nice first down conversion for Golladay, and the Lions are getting awfully close to the red zone. First down, Gorman Young's going to look to run with it. Whoop! Breaks the ankles of Josh Jordan and then gets pummeled by Miles Jack. So quite the run there by JGY, and Josh Jordan Jr. has to not feel too good about himself after that play. 2nd and 2 now, Gorman Young going to run with it. He has it inside the 5, not quite in the end zone, but he does get it to the 1. And Jaden Gorman Young continues to torment this Jaguar defense. 1st and goal, Lions trying to punch it in, and they will do just that. Once again, when in doubt, keep calm and carry on. Throwback to the Lions series last year, as it is now 28-14. Jacksonville trying to get into a groove, and I suppose this can help. Casey Shock somehow faked out Tracy Walker and brings it to the 25-yard line. Shock needs 5 catches or 100 yards to be happy, so hopefully the Jags are going to be able to get him his touches, and that's certainly going to help, as on 2nd and 4 from the 8, Casey Shock will get the touchdown. So a quick drive from Marsucio Alteron and company, and again, Jacksonville brings it within 7. This game is far from over. Lions have it here early in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 4, Gorman Young throws it away. And as you can see, the Jaguar defense has actually gotten a stop. Jacksonville's defense has been good this year, but today, obviously, I think it goes without saying that they've been pretty rough. So the Jags have it back on offense as Casey Shock is wide open, getting it inside the 30-yard line. I don't know why Detroit left him open, but that's their choice. They can choose how they want to cover him. Now from the 27-yard line, Marsucio going to scramble with it. Under a lot of pressure, a shot for Shock in the end zone. That was a beautiful throw, but just a tad overthrown. The Jags would be unable to get the first down, and then a few plays later, Volker Guntz would come out to attempt a 40-yard field goal. He would get it right down the middle, and the Jaguars will bring it within 4, as it is now 28-24 with about 6 minutes to go. Lions have it back. Here's Jaden Gorman Young on first down, going to scramble with it. Gorman Young on the run, and he gets lit up by Daquan McBride, and Gorman Young is still on the ground. He would be diagnosed with a broken collarbone, and now this game is going to be up to none other than Danny Derps himself, Daniel Jones, in at QB for the Lions, and that throw was pretty bad. It looks like Jones is going to be the starter for a few weeks. Just a heartbreaking injury for Detroit. Not only that, but the Lions have a realistic shot to lose this game. The Jags are only down by 4, and they have the ball as Casey Shock gets the first down. Shock with a great second half performance. He has over 5 touches and over 100 yards now. 3rd and 9, a deep ball for Zeke Bowman, who brings it to the 12-yard line. Bowman has not had a great game. He's dropped a lot of passes, but he was able to hold on to that one as we get to the 2-minute warning. 28-24. Can the Jaguars, who do not deserve to win this game, somehow win it? 3rd and 9, short pass for the rookie D.D. Winterblossom. He only gets 6. Big tackle for Rudolph, so it's now 4th and 3 from the 5. Jags are going to go for it, and they get it. R.J. Ewell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, and the Jacksonville Jaguars have taken the lead. 31-28, so now it's up to Daniel Jones to drive the Lions down the field and win the game. 3rd and 3, short pass for Kerryon Johnson, who gets the first down past the 50. Lions would call timeout number 1. All they need is a field goal. The Lions can tie it up and possibly send it to overtime. Jones, deep ball for Golladay. He mosses Bob Adams and gets it to the 13. A beauty from Jones, who is up to 69 yards on the day. Nice. And now this is anyone's ball game. 1st and 10, short throw for Golladay. He's wrapped up at the 1 by Bob Adams. Now it's 2nd and goal with 18 seconds. Can Detroit punch it in to likely win the ball game? Kerryon Johnson with the handoff, and he is wrapped in the end zone for a Detroit Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with 3 all-purpose touchdowns today, and the Lions take a 4-point lead with just seconds left. The Jags are going to need pretty much a couple deep passes to win the game, as on 2nd and 10, Marsucio is going to be intercepted. And that is how this one will come to a close. The undefeated season is no more. Galloway picks off Marsucio, And the Detroit Lions will get the upset win 35-31. Now, their quarterback does have to sacrifice. Jaden Gorman-Young is probably going to miss a month to a month and a half, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he was phenomenal in this game. The Lions had themselves a special talent at the QB position. 17 of 20, 200 yards, 300 all-purpose yards, and 3 touchdowns. Marsuccio, probably with his worst game as a pro. That doesn't say a whole lot, but he wasn't great today. Kerryon Johnson was outstanding. Casey Shock was good for us. Isaiah Sparks had a big game in the receiving category. Defensively, we were not good. This is probably our first bad defensive performance this year. I mean, as I said earlier, we just got tormented by Jaden Gorman-Young. We did get 4 sacks, which is nice, but other than that, the defense was not great. So Casey Shock is happy. At least there's that. Now, Casey Shock is kind of blaming himself for the loss. Casey Shock was one of the few bright spots. He cannot blame himself. So let's go to Week 5 now, taking on the 2-2 Texans. The AFC South is actually quite an interesting race, with us and the Titans at 3-1, and the Colts and Houston at 2-2. So the AFC South might actually be competitive this year. RJ Ewell is frustrated. He says, "Coach, I've noticed that you've totally cut me out of the game plan." Dude, I'm pretty sure you scored twice last week. Now, yes, RJ's role is smaller than it was last year. I think that goes without saying, and I understand why he's frustrated, but he can't say he's been totally cut out. I mean, he still has a role on this team. Is it as big as it was last year? No, it's not, but he is still an important piece for us. You need multiple good running backs in today's NFL, and Isaiah Sparks and RJ Ewell are both good running backs, so hopefully we can get Ewell his touches to be happy. The offensive coordinator wants to figure out how we're going to prepare for this Thursday game. I'm going to say emphasize rest. I know we are coming off a loss, but I don't want morale to get shaky in the locker room. So let's talk about this Texans team, and it all starts and ends with Deshaun Watson, who's the only player on the entire roster with at least superstar development. Watson's been a little bit underwhelming the past few years, but he's been efficient so far this year. The Texans have a fairly well-rounded roster, kind of like the Lions. They just lack star power. Both Houston and Detroit have really good quarterbacks, and the rest of their rosters are talented, but they don't have elite players at a lot of the positions. So let's get this one underway. Thursday Night Football, Jacksonville rocking the teal jerseys today. It should be a fun one. Let's see if the Jaguars can get back on track and possibly improve to 4-1. 3rd and 4 for Houston. Deshaun Watson up the middle for Brandon Cooks, who was left wide open. Brings it to the 27, wrapped up by Julius Williams. And the Texans' offense is looking good so far. Jacksonville's defense is coming off a bad performance last week. You know they'd like to make a statement in this game. 2nd and 6. Watson under pressure. He is sacked. Kayvon Chaisson with his 2nd sack in as many weeks. This, of course, is a contract year for Chaisson. He was great last year, and we'll see if he warrants a 2nd contract. 3rd and 11, another sack. This time it's Josh Allen getting to the quarterback. The Jaguars definitely missed Josh Allen last week. It's good that he's back in the lineup. Houston's going to have to attempt a field goal here. A 52-yard attempt for Kaimi Fairbairn to give them the lead. It is up, and it is short. That's what she said. And to be specific, that's what she told me. So it remains tied at 0. Jacksonville gets the ball now. A risky throw here for Zeke Bowman, who gets about 16 yards. Bowman was a little bit disappointing last week, so we'll see if he can rebound today. 3rd and 8, Marsuccio. Deep ball for Zeke Bowman. He gets it to the 4-yard line, and the Jaguars' offense appears to be in business. They unfortunately could not get anything going in the red zone. They're going to be forced to kick a field goal as the chip shot 21-yard attempt from Volker Gantz is good. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the board as it is 3-0. Closing seconds of the first quarter, 3rd and inches, Sonny Michel with the handoff, and he does not get the first down. It looked like Kayvon Chaisson and Josh Jordan were both there with an incredible defensive stop. So a really tough play there at the line of scrimmage for the Jaguars, forcing a Houston punt. And it seems like the defense certainly is starting to gain some confidence back. On to the second quarter. Here's Casey Shock with the first down. Shock was outstanding last year against the Houston Texans. I think in the 2 games the Jags played Houston, Shock had like over 500 yards combined. I mean, that's pretty absurd. We'll see what he does today. 3rd and 7. Here's Zeke Bowman, who's had a nice start to the game. Brings it to the 18. Coming off one of his lesser performances of the year. It's good to see Zeke Bowman really looking good today. Now at the 18-yard line, R.J. Ewell with the handoff. Ewell with a nice cut, and he is not in, but he's awfully close. I thought he was in for a second, but it did kind of look like he was tackled down at the 1. First and goal. Don't worry, R.J. Ewell fantasy owners. You'll still get your touchdown. Nice catch by R.J. Ewell, his second straight week with a receiving touchdown. And the Jacksonville Jaguars extend their lead. It's now 10-0 with about 3.5 left in the second quarter. 3rd and 3, Watson under a little bit of pressure. It is going to be caught to the 25-yard line. Josh Jordan was going for a hit to the knees. A lot of Jaguars defensive backs this year have been going for those hit sticks. Look at the play that injured Jaden Gorman-Young last week. A lot of people are starting to think that some of these Jaguar players are quite dirty. Houston will score on the very next play as Will Fuller outruns Bob Adams. Adams is quite fast, but I don't think he has Will Fuller's speed, and it was shown on that play. So the Houston Texans are on the board. It's now 7-10. Jacksonville going to try to get some last-second points before the end of the first half. As here is D.D. Winterblossom, the rookie out of Kansas, with a nice play. 3rd and 4 now. Marsuccio looking back for Winterblossom, who makes a nice catch to the 5-yard line. D.D. Winterblossom's had a really nice game today. He's been a little bit quiet so far in his NFL career, but this feels like Winterblossom's coming out party. 1st and goal. Alteron back to D.D. Winterblossom in the back of the end zone for a Jacksonville touchdown. That is Winterblossom's second NFL score, and it's really good to see him finally breaking out today. The Jags back up by 2 scores with not a lot of time left in the first half. Houston down to 24 seconds. Watson under some pressure, going to scramble with it, and he somehow completes the pass. I don't know how that worked, but it did. Houston gets 20. They call timeout, and it really looks like the Texans might be able to score here before the end of the first half. First down, it's now a screen for Sonny Michel, who gets pounded. There you go. Another late hit to the knees. That was Julius Williams who made that play. Williams had one of those hits in the AFC Championship last year that injured quarterback Joe Burrow. So, some of the reputations of these Jaguars defensive backs are not looking great. Houston going to go for a last-second field goal. Kaimi Fairbairn misses another one. He is 0 for 2 on the day, and he has kept 6 points off the board for the Texans, and that will do it for the first half. The Jacksonville Jaguars with a nice 17-7 lead. The defense hasn't been perfect today, but they've definitely looked better than they did last week. And the passing games look a lot better too. Marsuccio Alteron looks much more focused and dialed in than he was last week. 3rd and 9, Alteron trying to get it to Casey Shock. He does. A tough throw, but the Jags do get 22 yards. Casey Shock has not quite had the impact that he had last year against the Texans. I think that goes without saying because he had 300 yards in one game almost and over 200 in another one. 3rd and 10, there's D.D. Winterblossom with a nice first down, but look at this. D.D. Winterblossom is hurt on the play, and that's really unfortunate. He had 6 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown up to that point. He's been so good today, but he's not going to return to the game. And then on 3rd and 6, what is Marsuccio doing? He just backed the Jags out of field goal range. Josiah Woolridge with the sack. The Jags were in easy field goal range, but now they would have to punt it. So a really bad play by Alteron. Now on the bright side, Houston would not get anything going on their next offensive drive as Isaiah Clemmings gets a great tackle. And that would force a Texans punt as the Jags have it back. Jacksonville trying to get the screen, but Marsuccio Alteron is sacked again, this time by Loa Loalepu. So this has been a defensive battle so far in the third quarter. Neither offense has looked good at all since the halftime break. 2nd and 5, Watson with a strike up the middle. Gets by Jordan. And a very nice first down reception there for the Houston Texans. That's Craig who made the play. And the Texans are now in the red zone at the 18-yard line as they possibly try to make it a one-score game. 2nd and inches, Watson a tough pass for Vincenzo Pagnotti, the former first-round pick out of Virginia Tech. Pagnotti played really well both times these two teams faced off against each other last year. He's been quiet so far today, but it seems like he's starting to get into a groove. 1st and goal, back to Pagnotti. I told you he was starting to get hot. Touchdown, Houston Texans. A nice play for Vincenzo Pagnotti. And all of a sudden, it's only a 3-point game, 17-14. Final play of the third quarter. The Jags passing game trying to get back into a groove as it's Zeke Bowman with another tough reception. Bowman continuing his strong performance, and he's going to have to step up without D.D. Winterblossom the rest of the way as we now enter the fourth quarter. Jacksonville only up by 3, but they're marching on the doorstep. First and goal, short pass for Joshua Thomas, who fumbles it, but he was already in the end zone, so it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A nice play from Thomas, who's also going to have to step up without Dede Winterblossom. Winterblossom might be out for multiple weeks as well, so the Jags are going to be without 2 of their top receivers, with obviously DJ Chark out, and now Winterblossom. 3rd and 10. Watson, a deep shot. It is intercepted. A great play by Josh Jordan Jr., his first interception of the year. A great play for the Jaguar defense. And it appears that the Jags are in a good position as we go 4 minutes later. Jacksonville doing a great job of chewing clock. They've already wasted 4 minutes. They don't get the first down there. Casey Shock is quickly tackled. So on 4th and 1, the Jaguars are going to go for it. They just want to end this game now. They don't want to give Houston the ball back. And they would successfully convert as R.J. Ewell gets the play. Ewell, by the way, now has 12 touches, so hopefully he's no longer frustrated about his role, because today he has had a big role. 3rd and 2 now at the 2-minute warning. It's going to be a play-action fake. Marsucio Walteron on the run, gets it to Casey Shock. A big first down conversion for the Jags, and they're going to get even more yardage. It's going to be a roughing the passer there against the Houston Texans. Josiah Woolridge is called with the flag. I don't think Jacksonville was planning on scoring this drive, but they already have in the red zone, so they might as well punch it in. 1st and goal from the 7. R.J. Ewell, whoop! Nice little juke move. He's in, and that is probably the icing on the cake. Back-to-back weeks in which R.J. Ewell has scored twice. Ewell had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown today, and last week he also had a rushing and receiving touchdown. So he has 4 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, whereas Isaiah Sparks, I don't think, has scored since week 3. So the Texans get it back. They're going to try to put up some last-second points, as there's a nice reception at the 20-yard line. Octavius October is injured. It would not be a serious injury, thankfully. October's gotten banged up quite a bit this year. He has not suffered any major injury, but it always feels like he gets some sort of minor injury at the end of the game as he limps over there to the sidelines. So now it is 2nd and 10, about a minute to go from the 20. Watson with a short throw here for Craig, who gets it to about the 5-yard line. Although it feels too little too late for Houston to make a comeback, at least for not totally waving the white flag quite yet. 2nd and goal, it's Vincenzo Pagnotti with his 2nd touchdown of the game. So the Texans will make the score a little bit closer. They bring you within 10, and now they're going to go for an onside kick. That's cute. They think they had the chance to win the game. Thayer Barron on for the kick, and luckily there's no funny business here, as Zeke Bowman promptly picks it up. And that's how this game has come to a close. A nice win here for the Jacksonville Jaguars, as they'll take it 31-21. This game wasn't always pretty, but at the end of the day, a win's a win. So the Jags go 1-1 in today's episode and are now 4-1 on the season. I do have to give Marsucio Walteron a lot of credit after a somewhat disappointing Week 4 performance against Detroit. He was a lot better today, had one of his better games as a pro. Deshaun Watson was pretty good too. I think we did a pretty good job of containing him. Now his numbers are still pretty good. He got over 330 yards and 3 touchdowns. But I think our defense did a fine job. We ran the ball really well. Isaiah Sparks and R.J. Ewell were both good. We didn't have a ton of big runs in this game, but we had a lot of steady runs. Dede Winterblossom was the headline receiver today. 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. It really sucks he got hurt because he was playing really well today. Casey Shock and Zeke Bowman both played well, though. Bowman had 100 yards. Shock had a nice game as well. And then the defense was pretty good. We had 2 sacks. We had the interception by Josh Jordan. And R.J. Ewell is happy. So Ewell will get some more morale and he'll get some XP, which is good. We need R.J. Ewell to be happy. We need him to know that he is still a key piece of the offense, because he is. So Dede Winterblossom has suffered an abdominal tear. He's going to miss the next 4 games. I know it says 6, but keep in mind we have not simulated the week yet, and we also have our bye week coming up. Although Winterblossom's been a little bit slow to start his NFL career, he was outstanding last week against the Texans, so it really sucks that he got hurt at like the worst time. And DJ Chark, remember, is still out for another 2 weeks, so we're going to need all these guys to step up. So as we simulate the week, we have a lot of interesting pop-ups. Zeke Bowman is a breakout challenge. We're, of course, playing against Joe Mixon. And look at this. The doctors have cleared quarterback Koko Nwosu. So Nwosu apparently has recovered better than expected. And maybe he'll get to play next week as we face off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Also going to play against the Jets next episode. Let me know what you think. Should we bring Coco Nwosu back, or should we ride it out with Marsucio Walter on for these next 2 weeks before the bye week? Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.